I don't know. It was saying I was muted. But greetings, greetings. We are here. We're in the lair. We're in the lair. We are in the lair. We are in the back cave for Our Black Media. You got Jamal Teray. Glad to have y'all here. We say share, share, share. And we got the president of ATR, Our Black Media, all of that, the conglomerate, Julius Hall. And so this show right here was conceived by someone he can't be with us right now. And good evening, Reverend Betty Jones. And we say share, share, share. Reverend Betty Jones is one of our great supporters of all of our Black programs. So this is the deal. Again, this was conceptualized by one of the great activists who's from Savannah, Georgia, who's now in New Orleans, is Captain Black. He is a superhero in New Orleans. He's an activist. Again, some of y'all know him as the poet, the writer, Najee Enzi, and a safety expert. And so he threw out there a show that we need to do called What's Wrong with the Negro in Savannah? I'll repeat. What is wrong with the Negro in Savannah? What's wrong with the Negro in Savannah? So that's what this show is about. What's wrong with the Negroes in Savannah? And so I'll let y'all know, I was out, I was farming, other things like that. So, you know, and I had to go do training with Coach Sam Carter. We're going to get Coach Sam Carter back on his regular segments with regard to health and fitness. So I was with Coach Sam Carter. That's why I don't have a shirt on. They want to come in here with the farm shirt on. So I had to come in the stuff that I had on this morning. And so what's wrong with the Negro in Savannah? I got to throw something out there. And it's a video. I did the video this morning because as I was traveling along 37th Street in Savannah on the west side, I saw something. When I came in, I saw something on 37th and Montgomery Street. Of course, we know Kyla Brownsville. That's our neighborhood, one of our Gullah Geechee, one of our African-American neighborhoods. I saw a sign up indicating that there was going to be a hearing. And so whenever you see those signs, some of us tend to ignore them, but some pay attention to it. And sometimes we don't pay attention to it. And so what is going on is that there is a conversation through the MPC, the Metropolitan Planning Commission, in which they're going to now discuss and have a conversation about expanding the hotel overlay district. What does that mean? Bring hotels further down MLK. Now, some of y'all have been on the Day Clean Journeys with me. Y'all been on Day Clean Journeys with me. Y'all have seen it when we have done it from the 2010s, excuse me, up until the to COVID, and even after COVID. I had told folks they are looking at creating a fourth tourist area. There are 3 tourist areas in the city of Savannah. And people always hear me on our journeys. Every day we do our journeys. You know, I tell folks that River Street is number 1, City Market is number 2, Broughton Street, which is our major downtown street and has been there since the 1700s, is the 3rd tourist area. But I told folks they want to expand it. They want to expand it to MLK and Gwinnett Street, but take it on down even further. They want that to be the 4th tourist area. Now, people, some of y'all been with me on the journeys. Y'all know when I tell people this, I say we have 3 tourist areas in the city of Savannah. Then the other part, people here, they say, tell them, Jamal. I tell folks this. But then guess what? There is no Black presence in those tourist areas. Ooh, no local Black presence. They got us out. Other tourist areas. People's like, wait a minute. I tell them, I say, check this out. In the 2010s, they got rid of Black folks off of Broughton Street. Got rid of us off Broughton Street. You no longer see us on Broad Street. Local Black folks. Then I say, City Market, 1990s. River Street, 1990s. They got us off. So you don't see us there in those areas. Oh, you do see us, but you see us as workers. And as all the way Keisha Gibson Carter said, a system of plantocracy. Tourism is a system of plantocracy. Y'all are laboring, making wealth for other people. And it continues today. So what is wrong with the Negro in Savannah? We are silent. We're not saying anything. And guess what? I'm going to bring up commentary that came from other people, not just with regard to the people that you always hear these voices, but I'm just going to put it out there because someone can't make it. But they put out some points. So Coach Julius Hall, that's my little introduction with regard to this. And what do you want to say about the Negro, what's wrong with the Negro in Savannah? His brother Najee Enzi said.
Well, Brother Jamal, there's a lot wrong with the Negro in Savannah. And we have to start a system that has been in place for quite a while now. And there's only a few blacks in this city that are eating. The rest are underserved, marginalized, and forgotten. So those that are eating are just bringing a few in at a time who help them to succeed and grow generational wealth for themselves. It's not like Atlanta where everybody is included. It's not like Chicago, New York, or California, where everybody's trying to everybody to succeed. In Savannah, it's a different breed of people. But the bad part is that we sit back and we let it happen. If it wasn't for shows like we have, if it wasn't for people doing the advocating like Keisha Gibson Carter and Alicia Miller Blakely and Bernetta Lanier, it would not be anybody really bucking the system, because those other people are a part of the system and they let it ride, you know? So we have to have people that stand up and speak out. And that's what we right now. And those are the new leaders that we're looking for. We need people that's going to want to effect change to come and see us so that we can help them to be elected, so that we can help them to make that positive change so that everybody can grow together, so we can level the playing field in some kind of way. You know, it's so much going on when, you know, and the thing that you were talking about is this public notice. You know, this public notice, you know, is for a hotel overlay. That means that they are considering building hotels in Frazier Homes and Caton Homes before they even talk about tearing them down. This is the plan. They thinking that y'all don't read, or that you wouldn't see it, or that the alderwoman for that district wouldn't see it. But we saw it, and we're wondering, well, where are they going to put all these people that live in Frazier Home? Where are they going to put all these people that live in Caton Home? Where are they going to put all those people that live in Yamacraw? Because believe me, when that mayor says Yamacraw for who and Yamacraw for what, and we're going to take Yamacraw down, he is not talking about building anything back there for you. You'll be forgotten about. They'll leave it barren for 5 years, and then they'll come back and say, well, that plan has changed. Now we're going to put hotels here. That is a part of the downtown tourist district, and they do not want projects right there in Yamacraw, and they want to extend it all the way to Anderson Street, Henry Street probably, so that they can have all that zone there. They got to go all the way to Henry Street. Well, they got to go all the way to Anderson, because where Frazier Home ends at. You know, they got to go all the way there. EOA, all that'll be gone. Y'all have Pipe Dream, YMCA, all that's going to be gone. Only thing will be there is they'll probably build around those churches. Watch now.
So I will share this with you. I'll share this with you, Brother Julius. They are going to the streetcar district. Now, I see some of y'all like, wait a minute, what's the streetcar district? There are districts and there are neighborhoods, communities in the city of Savannah. And again, I'll tell that we have shared folks before also, that you have some areas that have protection. They have protection. The neighborhoods that don't have protections, that they have conservation protection, they have historic protection, they are basically the predominantly black neighborhoods. We don't have the protections. That's regards to buildings and other things like that. We are not protected. Now, Carver Village is protected. Carver Village has a designation. Kyler Brownsville got something. But still, yeah, but people not realizing that they does say someone say the streetcar areas, Victorian areas. So guess what? They are coming down there, Brother Julius, but they also then looking at on the other side too, on Montgomery Street. You have people right out that part of Montgomery Street that was a part of we see what's happening now. That occurred with some people. That one of them, I said, y'all do nothing to preserve the black community and will not stand up for the black community at all. They got offended that I said something. I put something out there publicly, said that I was stating misinformation when they didn't realize that I had got a recording from someone else that recorded them and what they said. That's what the deal is. And when we say run, tell that, that's what the deal is. And so right now, to African Americans right now, all of you and I, and what Again, the video that I'm trying to post on Facebook that will also go on Instagram, I go and name that right now. They're looking at expanding the hotel areas, as Brother Julius Hall has said, President Julius Hall has said. Again, so now, as I shared, it's going to leave River Street, it's going to leave Broadton Street, it's going to leave City Market, and it's going to come down. I had told folks, when you look at on the other side of MLK to the west, and you look to your right, when you on MLK looking to the west, guess what the deal is? You are now looking at what they call, again, this wonderful, canal district. That's a tourist area that they want to have. They want to have hotels over there, which then will hit, guess who? Currytown, which is Fraser Home, Caton Homes, and also that part of Montgomery Street, also known as Dodge City. So some of y'all Dodge City people, we like to represent Dodge City West Side. We need to be standing up for our community. But then it goes to Kyler Brownsville, Can Park, Jackson Park. Oh, excuse me. I said it's going to border Can Park, Jackson Park, Ogeechiton, Cloverdale, Carver Village, Springfield Terrace, College Quarters, Brickyard, Mexico City. It's now going to border all these areas. And guess what? Because they border it, they mean they're going to be coming into it. You think you got a problem them sending you mail, texting you every day. You got mail coming at you 5 times a week, ask you to sell your property. Y'all look at somebody on Hilton Head Island, and I tell folks, we often look at other places, but then don't make the connection to where we are. That on Hilton Head, the 93-year-old grandmother over there, guess what? That's Savannah, Georgia, too. So our struggle is a struggle of us being unified together in this fight. Not us looking at our things individually, compartmentalizing. It's time for us to have a change. And guess what? The Negro in Savannah has long been about that. We're going to give y'all some historical context about this. So right now today, on July 11th at 1:30 at the MPC, that's 112 East State Street. That's when folks need to come there, sign up, and give their opinion with regard to this, because they bank on you not saying anything. That is what happened when you lost the black businesses on MLK Junior Boulevard, that now you see Wendy's, Popeyes, Burger King, and see again the flyover. And so now I'm gonna share this with y'all. That flyover is named for Earl Shinholster. They are going to people who are related to the Shinholsters. And again, here's another movement. They come at you at the hotels, but they want to say get rid of the flyover. The flyover was tied to urban removal of black people. What they call urban renewal is urban removal of black people. They removed us. Barnesville Funeral Home was located right where the Wendy's is on MLK Junior Boulevard. They forced them out. Then you had also the other funeral homes right there where the Popeyes is. You had the Elks Club right there where you now got the Burger King. So black economics was changed. A black-owned hotel and movie theater wiped out. 16. And they did the same thing back in the 50s and early 60s. They're doing it right now in the 2020s. And guess what? If you sit back and not show up at that meeting or voice your concern to the elected officials that you have here, your mayor, your aldermen and alderwomen, all of them, let them know we're not down with it. But guess what? It just ain't them. You now go to your Chatham County commissioners also, because we're part of Chatham County. You let your commissioners know also, we are not down with this, because the MPC is not just for Savannah, it's for Chatham County also. And you better understand, they are coming for you. And so the Negro in Savannah will sit silent and not be on the other side of I-95 and can't even get back in town with decent transportation. Oh my God, Jamal, what you talking about? Because I'm going to tell y'all what I tell people on my tours with me. See, some of y'all don't know. See, I ain't got to come right here and throw this stuff out there. People take my tours. Oh, they hear about y'all in Savannah. And they get some ideas about y'all in Savannah. The Negroes in Savannah and the Caucasians and the Latinos and the Asians. Because it's Asians buying up property. It's Latinos buying up property. It's Caucasians buying up property. And then black folks, we getting crumbs at the table. Like it's okay. Because we sell our people out.
Yep. And that's what happens. That's exactly what happens. And they don't care. Those ones that are getting rich and buying up all the other properties, and you know, we're not going to keep silent on this. We're going to tell everybody what we feel, and it's just a travesty that only a few people are being elevated, and those are the people that are playing the games. These people come in, you can bet your last dollar. This is a 30-year plan. Now, who doesn't want a city that looks great? Who doesn't? Okay, Yamacraw, you think Yamacraw is towed down and needs to go somewhere? You should have put in the plan that you're going to build something for them people to go to first before you talking about tearing it down. You know, if Caton Home and Fraser Home is going to be torn down, where are those people going? They're being displaced. Where are they going? They can't go stay with the mayor. Where are they going? And this is the problem that we have. Nobody's thinking about the people that you're stepping on. You're just stepping on. You know, when I get started, I go to calling names and calling people names. So you don't want me doing that.
And on here, the opinion of Julius Hall, the military opinion of Julius Hall, not the opinion of Ron-Tell that. But again, that's what we do. But again, that's our producer, Javonna Rogers, one of the great graduates of Georgia Southern University, one of our people, one of our family in the house. But then, when Ron-Tell that, we tell the people to go back and take this information. And Reverend Betty Jones, you are right. A lot of us are reactive and not proactive. We need to be proactive about this because the signs are in your neighborhoods. Calibrate. So now, I guess I need to start sharing some things with you all. On Monday, I had this brother who is from Hampton Roads, Virginia, from the Hampton, Virginia area. He didn't ask a question when he was in Yamacraw. He asked stuff when he was down on River Street. He began asking questions. He didn't ask me a question. He said, "Are there food deserts here?" I looked at the brother and see, people, when they do my journeys with me, they know I'm quick to pull my phone out and I make phone calls. I called out Alderman Keisha Gibson Carter. They were top the GMA, and I called Dr. Deidre Graham. To like go and let them know, because I can give my thoughts. I told the brother when we're in Yamacraw, I said, yes, we have food deserts here. And I said, guess what? In our communities, we got Family Dollar, we got Dollar General, we got Dollar Tree, and I'm not putting down those businesses, but that is where some people are getting their meals from. The brother then said this right here. The brother then said, that is not good for nutrition. His wife then said that does not help with regard to nutrition, because they understand for you to have proper nutrition, it helps you with regards to your proper education. Now we're gonna throw some 5% stuff out at you, you know, that Nation Islam stuff. Again, proper education. We all need proper education, but for you to get it, you gotta have the nutrients. We're gonna give you the Christian perspective too. You gotta have proper education for you to be able to live this life. We're gonna give you that Muslim perspective, to live your life. We're gonna give you that, Bhagavad Gita perspective also. If you're Hindu, bam, we're gonna give it to you. We're gonna give you the Sanskrit, all of that. We're gonna give it to you. You need proper nutrition, but guess what? You got food deserts in the city. And I got a brother, Dr. Ifikon Simon, who's been on Ron-Tell that. He said in England, in London, how they measure how the distance with regards to places for people to get fresh fruits and vegetables and meat. He said it's based on the distance of an elderly woman. How far can she travel to go get groceries? And that's why they say they make sure it's something within that range for that woman. And he said like 10 to 15 minutes away, because they can rest as they're carrying their groceries, they can still continue on. Guess what? Here, we don't even have that in Savannah, Georgia. And oftentimes what people didn't realize, I didn't share with them. I said, listen here. I said, our mayor is black, and this is not the first mayor. I said, our mayors have been black. Our city council, we've had supermajorities on our city council. I said the clerk of council has been black. We've had black city managers. We've had black clerk of councils. We've had black police chiefs, fire chiefs, DAs, Chatham County Commission chairman, all that right there. And I said, we've not created no new millionaires. And people then get stunned. And people then ask this question, Jules, they said to me, they said, do they not know what happened in Atlanta, Maynard Jackson, template? I said, yeah. And they're going to talk, but they brag about Maynard. But then guess what? Maynard made sure that monies came to black people, that occurred. That again, and you can have, again, MWBEs or DBEs, you can have it set up where, again, it still meets the legal criteria. So again, but you're not doing anything for them. And then we are happy, as I talked to someone this morning, tied to one of the great institutions here, that one of the economic engines here, because y'all know the port is one of our great economic engines. And so I talked to someone affiliated with the port this morning, and that's what they were talking about. It's like, we got millions of dollars coming here, and that we have this old group of black people who are just satisfied just to get the crumbs. See, that's why I said, see, it's not just me, it's other people. It's not just Julius Hall, it's other people who understand that. So when are we going to say enough is enough? It is time out for that. It's not based on friendships. It's not based on family ships. It's not based on marriage ships. It's not based on church ships. It's just based on doing the right ship. You like I said that? You know, you see.
I like all your ships. I like the ships are sailing. You know, we're on the port and the ships are sailing, and a lot of us not on the boat. And they leave us off on the docks, and they're sailing off on this luxurious cruise for 20 days, and we stay here. You know, it's not equitable. It's not equal. It's not fair. It's not anything for everybody in the city. How many people has this mayor? And I hate going there, but you know, because that's another show. But how many people have he really empowered? We like to have a list on how many people he has empowered. How many people has he hired in those positions where a mayor can make some change? How many has the participation for Black, African American, and women contractors went up since he took office? And how much? This is a majority Black city, and we still are being looked over because the establishment is running those people and making them. And you know what hurts me the most, Jamal? The thing that hurts me the most is that those people that we have in those elected positions don't really advocate for us. They don't care that everybody else is being overlooked. And that works on me because you are out on the campaign making promises. And the second thing that hurts me the most is that the citizenry, the voters, they like the facade. They like just the look of having that Black mayor. They like the look of having that council that ain't doing nothing. You know, they just like the look. Got so many people clapping and all when Vane walk in when he ain't doing shit for you. Excuse my French. He ain't doing nothing for you. Nothing for you. But you're clapping for him like he's doing, but he's selling you out. Everything he's doing is a detriment to the African American community. Everything. Fraser Home, Caton Home, where you putting those people at? You ain't telling them nothing. But you want to tear it down. Yamacraw, you want to tear it down. Where you putting those people at? Clearview is being torn down, but that was privately owned. But still, where are those people going? What have you done to help alleviate their pain, their suffering, their homelessness? You know, and that's the problem. And these people are blind. All they see is this Black mayor. He's doing so great. Tell me something he's done great. He show up at events like he showed up today at the event I was. He came in when it was over, just so everybody could see him there. Just so everybody could see him there. He knew what the deal was. He know when to come in. He came in late on purpose. He do that to every event. He come and if he there early, he gonna leave early. You know, so we got to stop with having these blinders on because everybody ain't for you. And Pastor Small said it very, very, very well at his speech in front of the city council. All skin folk ain't kinfolk. All kinfolk ain't skinfolk. Y'all kinfolk ain't skinfolk. And so you know you got to be able to weed those people out and not elect them anymore. Your vote does count, and you need to go to the polls to vote. You know, you have to do your research and see who is for you, see what a person has done. How is the community growing? Has it grown? West Savannah looks like it. I grew up in West Savannah, Augusta Avenue, Fairwood Homes, all those streets, Bay Street, Hudson Hill. It still looks the same. Have in the South Side is prospered. You know, what's that over there? Ardsley Park or whatever that is over there, Victor Drive, what that over there, 4th District. They're looking great. Sidewalk.
Ardsley Park.
Everything they got out there. They you know, but we are steady on a decline or no climb at all. You know, we're not rising. And it's because of leadership. If we're going to put these people there, they need to do something that's going to help elevate us, elevate communities. That's what you put. And if you can't do it, then damn, be trying. Bust your butt trying to do it. Like Keisha, Alicia, and Burnett is doing. They are trying very, very hard. We got African-American leadership everywhere. Everywhere. But the only one that had the gall to do anything with leadership, the only ones had the gall. When Ann Levette had the black administration in the history of Georgia, out of Atlanta probably, the history of Georgia. But nobody else following suit with that. And she did well. She put those people in positions to make those 6 and 7 figure incomes, but they were qualified. We have qualified people that these other people in the county, in the city, that they can hire, but they don't. They go in and all they do is hold a place. Some people go in and they clean everybody out. What Donald Trump did when he went to the presidency. He got rid of everybody, even all of the U.S. attorneys. You know, he didn't care. Everybody had to go. But that's what you do when you're the boss. But anyway, y'all don't want to hear from me.
Yes, Reverend Betty Jones, you are correct. If you can't speak to large groups, you can talk to one person at a time. And we're going to segue. We're going to go with a commercial right now because we have great supporters, advertisers, you know, from the cleaners to attorneys to, again, great people who are supporting the efforts here, Our Black Media. So we're going to go to a commercial, then come back and give some historical context and some contemporary context right now. So again, and we say share, 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 run, tell that on Our Black Media. Tell that Jamal with the leader of Our Black Media Network. We got Julius Hall. He's in the house. So we say again to everyone, share, share, share. And this conversation we're having now is about what's wrong with the Negro in Savannah. And so right now they're looking at expanding, as we share with folks. And again, I'll share this with y'all. I told folks some things that back in 2008 came to fruition in 2022. That's because seeds were planted. Reverend Betty Jones said that seeds were planted with 1 or 2 people, and they took it to another level and then expanded it. And so on yesterday, because Julius Hall was talking about some things about Yamacraw, the 106 the 106 format for you to go and basically object to question what's about to happen in Yamacraw, because you have a 106 section that, again, that gives people the opportunity to not question things. And so here go people at Historic First Bryant Baptist Church, Bob Spell, and others were the ones basically not questioning the Housing Authority of Savannah. Again, understand this, that the city of Savannah, the mayor doesn't control it, the council doesn't control the Housing Authority of Savannah. The Housing Authority of Savannah controls itself. It's just that they're able to appoint members to the board. But then the Housing Authority of Savannah is also black-led, And we tend to get it obscure and focus on the mayor. I'm telling folks, or the city council, I'm like, listen, I tell people like that, you got the ED for the Housing Authority of Savannah, who looks just like the people in the Housing Authority predominantly. And then what work are they doing for them right now? And so on yesterday, what happened? Those folks made sure to get it in. And see, some of us, the same information, like I'm telling you what's happening on July 11th, the same thing. Some of us knew about it, didn't do anything about it, didn't even go and email some of them and say to Lorraine or to Georgia or to Bob Spell or to Anthony Maxwell or to Elaine, any of them, Ellen, any of them say, hey, listen, we agree with what you have. We think this is what you should be looking at. Because again, it is basically a scheme that other people have put in place to displace us. And we need to stop that. We need to stop engaging in that. And so give you some historical context. And I'm going to tell y'all, some of y'all know this. I get tired of people with regard to their civil rights mythology. Civil rights mythology. In chat, because many people are dead, they create the mythology. Then what happened, some people who know better say nothing about it. Or some of them are not living here. They come back here. They didn't tell some of us what the deal was. And so people that y'all put out there saying they were at the beach and all this other stuff like that were not at the beach. But people here still going to pump it when people done told them that's not true. So let me tell you what happened too with some of my relatives. So again, I'm going to say this. My relatives are just the common people, just the average people. But they were involved in the movement. My relatives, y'all already just said, my relatives, they're not braggadocious about it. They were the housewives, they were the mothers, they were the fathers, they were the sons, they were out there. And so one of them, even this weekend, when they said, guess what? When they were telling us to boycott the business on Broughton Street, and Savannah was successful regarding, when they said boycott the business on Broughton Street, that black folks in Savannah and Chatham County don't buy anything on Broughton Street. And they told black folks in Southern South Carolina, that is Jasper County, Beaufort County, told them, don't buy anything on Broughton Street. Told people in coastal Georgia, all the counties, Bryan, Liberty, McIntosh, Camden, Glen, say don't buy anything on Broughton Street. And everybody was adhering to it. They said, guess who the people that was still getting ashes and fines? Ooh, y'all heard me just throw that out there? Ashes and fines. Some of y'all remember ashes and fines, those fine department stores downtown on Broughton Street. Ashes and fines will deliver what you want to view. They will deliver it. So you can make a phone call, say this is what the type of dress that I want. And guess what happened? They said some of the elite Negroes in the city of Savannah, they were ordered, as opposed to them walking down on Broughton Street. They wouldn't walk down on Broughton Street, but they had them deliver the stuff to them. And guess who saw the people doing that and called them out about it? It was the college students from Savannah State College at the time. They called them out. They got embarrassed. Because they called them out. They said, wait a minute. We are saying that we don't support any of those businesses, and say, but guess what? Y'all are ordering packages. We see the people coming to packages from fines and ashes. They bring the stuff to y'all, and they had to embarrass them for them to do something to stop with regards to it. And when they talk about people helping bail people out of jail, it was the average brother and sister, mom and pops, who were the ones that were going around putting their pennies together to bail people out. It wasn't the people that think all the notoriety. So guess what? And when I said some things about Ben Clark, I got one of my cousins who said she laid at the foot of the Talmadge Bridge, not knowing what the truck was going to run over here because Jose Williams had them do that. It wasn't the people that y'all be talking about. That's what I'm saying. He was saying, and that was Reverend Betty Jones said, it's each one of us. We are the ones, but we trying to hold up these other people that are lying to your behind. The Negro in Savannah will lie to you. And then the average brother or sister who is a hero and a shiro, y'all turn your backs on them. Y'all ignore them. Y'all make them feel small. Y'all do nothing for them and their children. But the Negroes in Savannah and their children still benefit and still go and pimp the people here. And y'all think it's okay. I told someone this morning as I talked to people, because see, again, I tell people, we talk to people. I tell people about Savannah all the time. I tell them about y'all all the time. I said, guess what? You got leadership here in the city, black leadership in the city, who saw stuff that went on that they thought was unfair when they were a child. As Julius Hall has said, he saw how the despair in his own community in West Savannah. And so what happened when they now become teenagers, they see the same stuff happening. Then what happens, they then go and see stuff when they get to college. They see this, they come back to college, or they go to college, they see the same stuff happening. Then guess what happened? They get their degrees, or they not get out of high school, they not start working, they not have a career, they have a job, they have a business. And then guess what happened? They didn't get married. They get married, guess what? They didn't have children, and they see the same thing. They see the same thing. So now they're raising children in the same environment that they saw as a child themselves. And then guess what? How deep it get? As I told somebody this morning, I said, then guess what happened? Their children now graduate from college and see the same thing that they saw when they were children, their parents saw as children. Then guess what? Some of the parents now become grandparents, and they see the same pain, the same anguish. They see the same putrid condition here in Savannah. And guess what? We still hope that same class of people to make money off of selling buildings that they get $2 million for, and then here go the rest of us impoverished in the city. Y'all think it's okay. None of this for me is personal. That's why I tell folks, none of it is personal for me. I'm just giving the information because it's about telling people, I say, they're truth tellers. That's all it is. It's just putting it out there. That when I go and hear from the average brother and sister, and they're going to tell me their stories, older brothers and sisters, and now I got to let y'all know this too. This is not about no older and young people. It's all of us, because the young people of the elite are just as diabolical as their parents. And y'all think that's why I say it's about good people coming together to not change this entire narrative, to change this entire community. Because again, we starting right here, but we understand it's across the entire country. Because I have people from Minneapolis tell me the same thing, people from Atlanta tell me the same thing, and then guess what? They're gonna say, and they be Democrats too. And someone's like, that's why we don't follow up with that. But again, here go our situation. We have people who have historically not worked in our best interest, but we name builders after these people. We're going to give these people accolades and don't call them out with regards to, but those students from Savannah State called out Moselle Clemens. Ooh, Jamal, what did you just do? You call out Miss Clemens like that? JB Clemens, your frat brother, why Moselle Clemens? Yeah, it was Moselle Clemens, because they went and then told me about it, because again, they just having conversation, because they know that they have put themselves out there on the front line. And they're looking at the other people who they have respect, they have put up it like this, weren't even trying to follow the same suit that they were trying to go with. That is the suit of and righteousness. Yo, the Negro in Savannah, we got to stop with regards to our affiliations representing more than our people. Our people should mean more to us than our affiliations. You think because I'm an Alpha, because I'm part of Delta Sigma Pi, because I'm Muslim, because I'm from the West Side, like, because again, because my people started churches, you think that my people are part of churches and part of and family compound, you think that that's going to stop me from speaking the truth if they're doing wrong? No, because God has ordained me to speak the truth when I see injustice. That's what it's about. People talking about some of your relatives, some people causing problems, Jamal. That's right, and I have no problem with saying people coming against them about that. Am I going to argue against y'all about that? No. I'm just going to say don't physically harm them, but I'm just like saying if they're doing wrong, you call it out because y'all do it on me. See, that's the other part. See, when I do wrong, y'all ain't got no problems calling me out. But the other people, because they got a title and position, y'all don't call them out at all. That's what it is, that hypocrisy. And that hypocrisy is going to kill some of us. Ooh, a lot of us.
And I know we got a few minutes left. So how about this Black Georgia elected city council people that came to town recently, and they had an event here, and it's in line with what we're talking about, because they called it the Policy and Equity Council or whatever it was. What was it? Black Councilman of Georgia, Black City Councilman of Georgia. And they had all these people on there. And they had people on here who I don't understand it, for one, because if you're gonna, equity means that you're trying to make something fair for somebody else. Are you gonna get something for somebody, especially if you're an elected official? That's what it means. You're gonna get some. You're gonna make the playing fields, or try your best to make the playing fields level. Now, these people on here, and I just got one question. We got the arrow pointed down. What policy has Dietrich Leggett done for Savannah? What policy? They don't even have a tongue in his mouth. You never hear him talk unless it's a shooting somewhere in his neighborhood. What policy has he? Policy and equity symposium, power lunch, a brunch, or whatever this was they had. And then you had the mayor who came in for 16 years. Now, the mayor, he knows what he's doing because he's been doing it for 16 years prior to becoming mayor. So he's got 19 years in now. So with the 3 years of being the mayor. So he knows a whole lot of the jargon. He knows his way around. He knows the policies and everything, but he has not effected anything for the Black community. He don't even have a Black task force, because he said a Black task force isn't needed because we're the majority of the city. So he said that there is no need for a Black task force. But what has Dietrich, I see him on there profiled on this flyer. What are these guys going to do to people who are selling out? And you had this biggest sellout to come and speak to you. And he's tearing down Frazier Home. He's tearing down Caton Home. He's tearing down Yamacraw. At least that's his plans. But he's coming to speak to y'all about policy and equity. Really? What damn sense that make? I don't understand it. Somebody need to try to make that make sense to me. Because I mean, you could just hoodwink anybody. See, this is that show that they put on, that everybody see thinking he's doing so great. That whenever the white media got you on TV every single day, when they really didn't try to elect you, when they hated you and said that you would be bad for Savannah, that's what they said about Van Johnson. The entire white media said he should have got out of the race after he went to the Black only media event. If they got you on TV every day, it's something wrong. Watch your news. He's on there every single day. Something is wrong. Something is wrong. Something is going on. And I'm not afraid to say it. Hell, if they're now loving you, that means that you doing something for them. It ain't just the media, the people who own the media, the people who play golf with these guys who run the media. It's an establishment. It's an underbelly that you won't see. We know who they are, but you won't see them because then they have these characters operating for them. We're in a sunken pit, and this under Van Johnson is not trying to get us out of that pit. We're in a pit, and we need to come up out of that pit. And the only way to do that is by changing leadership. We need to make sure that there is leadership that we're going to hold accountable. Because one thing that we've seen the last 3 years, they don't give a damn how we feel about them. If we weren't saying the things that we say, there would be no accountability. None. But we're going to try to hold them accountable in November, because we're going to remember in November.
Now, this show, there's Julius Hall, his thoughts. And so one thing I need to correct with Julius Hall, the Housing Authority of Savannah is the one who submits to her the plans to demolish or to revitalize the community. So it's not the city council. So I just want y'all, because I know how some of y'all sitting down, y'all heard that and y'all gonna try to jump on that. But now y'all heard me not going to say, hey, listen, we understand. Now I'm putting out this so any of y'all out there know it is the Housing Authority of Savannah that will do that. That's why that 106
Who runs the Housing Authority of Savannah? Who appoints the board for the Housing Authority of Savannah?
Right.
Who runs the Housing Authority of Savannah? It's not that, Jamal. We're not going to be nice, and we're not going to be politically correct. We're going to tell it like it is. Yeah,
Mr. Hall, hot. Mr. Producer, mute him. He's on my show trying to tell it. Mr. Producer, mute him. When you see that insolent behavior like that, thank you. Insolent behavior. He gonna try. That's not the rabble. Oh my God, what is this right here? This is what I tell that. So I want to give that information out there. If it was America After Dark, it'd be okay because he got a little Tompkins insignia stuff right there. He got a little Tompkins thing on right there. But
the rabble is next.
That's what this is.
Rabble is next. Right after this show,
that's
the
right.
rabble
That's
is
right.
Next.
So our conversation, we put it out there because again, we ain't concerned about your political affiliations with any of y'all out there. We just saying y'all have the insight. We want the seeds to be planted in y'all to not think and to tell that, to share the information. But like I said, I know how some of y'all would try to go and try to twist some stuff up. I'm like, no, I'm gonna put it out there so y'all know when it comes down to it, that's it. Because folks will call it out. I told folks, I said, listen, how you have elevators not working in a 17-story high rise here? And you got elders and disabled people. When people hear that, they're like, what are y'all doing in Savannah? I'm like, yeah. Although when Keisha Gibson Carter had to talk to the fire chief to say, hey, we'll get the people down. So here it is, our elders are there. And people got mad because somebody, Sabrina Cook, got concerned and had posted stuff and had tagged people in it. People got upset with her over something like that. That's what I'm saying. So it doesn't matter who the person is. When people speak the truth and speak out for the people, some of y'all running and get mad with other people. I had people call me up trying to fuss at me. I'm like, listen, I was tagged like you were tagged. I have no control over that. But she was looking out. She was like, time out for that type of stuff. So that's any of you. We need y'all not to be silent. And so on July 11th at 1:30 p.m. at the MPC at 112 East State Street, there will be a session right there for folks to not hear about the hotel overlay district. That again, as I had shared, folks, going back in time, the fourth tourist area they're looking at, and those areas are hitting us. So it's not just a Fraser Home area. It is Kyla Brownsville. It is Can Park, Jackson Park. It is Brickyard. It's Springfield Terrace. It is Carver Village. It is Cloverdale. It's College Court. That again, you might think it's just that the people over there, but guess what? They're coming for you too because you're part of it.
Jamal,
you see what happened?
Jamal, you ain't even got to call out those neighborhoods. All you got to do is tell people to drive the city. Look where the grass ain't mowed at. Just look at where the grass isn't mowed at. That's all you got to do. Look at where the grass isn't mowed at. I drove the city today. I looked at where the grass isn't mowed at. They love to let the city get run down. But I guarantee you're going to have the grass on the side of Havisham Woods, Ardsley Park, and all those places manicured by the city. But ride down through Augusta Avenue or Bay Street or any of those off side streets in West Savannah or Liberty City or Cloverdale and see whether they're maintained. That's all you got to do. That's all you got to do.
You said, or even sidewalks. Carver Village, no sidewalk. Yeah. No sidewalk. You come Camp Park, Jackson Park, no sidewalk. And so that's what again, and that goes to quality of life. And so now I'm gonna tell y'all this was the part, and some of y'all get upset with me about this right here. You know, there's a group of black folks in this country right here who do not believe in you celebrating Juneteenth, especially with federal holiday. Some people do not believe in celebrating Juneteenth. You know why? Because it's a symbolic victory. They say what happened. They'll give us symbolic victories, and we love it, and we run with it. But they will not give us tangible victories. Or when we fight for tangible victories, they fight us against getting tangible victories. So they gave us Juneteenth, but the George Floyd Policing Act has not passed Congress. It is not in effect. When you can now go and you can go look up officers that have abused people of color, or abused people in general, or look at with regards to chokeholds and other instruments of destruction of lives. That again, saying now we're going to address all of that, and we're going to do it on a federal level. We're going to do it, make sure that all 50 states and also all territories of the United States will also no longer allow that. But see, guess what? They give you Juneteenth, and all y'all run crazy about that, enjoying. They go tangible stuff they will not give to you. They fight you on that, and that is you are deserving of that because of quality of life. Even the whole conversation people have about reparations, because other people get reparations all the time, but you all do not get it. And even when it comes down to this very thing we threw out early on too about education, your education is minimized. Because I'm gonna share something with you. They fight you so hard right now about anything about diversity, inclusion, and equity. Some of these people, you know why they fight? Because Sage Brown and George Shinholster had to walk when they went to Groves High School. The police had to escort them to school. The police had to escort Sage Brown and those 7 young ladies also, along with George Shinholster, to Groves High School. They had to escort them every day. But guess what? They don't want their grandchildren knowing what they did. And so we talk about education and want to ignore diversity, inclusion, and equity. They don't want y'all to know anything about that, because then you understand the great demand that you must make with regard to your humanity. And make sure that make sure that you're not going to be second class, third class, or no class, as they say in one of the videos of the civil rights regime, that you understand you will demand your Africanity and you will stand up for that. But when you are a part of the Negro elite, you are happy getting the crumbs because you let your other people die. Time out for us dying like that, like we're pigs going to the slaughterhouse. We are men and women. We are God created, and we demand what God has given all of us: equity, inclusion, fairness, and also all things that are about quality of life. That's what we're going to do on Run Tell That. We're going to share that. And Julius Hall, I do it with everybody else, but I'm too afraid to do it with you. But I'm gonna do it like this right now. Julius Hall, we're going to give you the last minute to give a word to the people, but I'm too afraid. The opinion of Julius Hall is merely opinion of Julius Hall.
I'm just going to tell the people to watch the rabble next. In 5 minutes, we'll be up with the rabble. What Jamal was afraid to say, I will boldly say. So y'all watch the rabble next. We're coming up next with an all-star cast, and we're going to talk the talk. We're not holding nothing back. We're going to cover Linda Wilder Bryan's campaign fundraiser that she's about to have, that Edna Jackson and the rest of them are throwing for. Why would you want bad people to still serve in office who are crazy any damn way? I have no idea. And yes, I called her crazy, and you can tell I did, because she is. And if she want to go to court to see whether she's not certifiable crazy, let's go to court. You are crazy as hell. But let's do that. The rabble next. And that's all I got to say. Y'all will get the full blast on the rabble. I got to watch myself on this show.
The opinion of Julius Hall, merely opinion of Julius Hall. Run Tell That. We see y'all next week. Peace and blessings. We're out of here.
like that.